Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today I want to talk about how choosing yourself is choosing everybody. Your highest good is the highest good of all. There is no distinction between your highest, most fulfilled timeline in this life and the highest and most fulfilled timeline of everybody and everything in this world. This is because when you truly connect to the universe and its possibilities and its infinite love and abundance, you are simply raising everything around you into that vibration. There is no distinction between you as an individual and others beyond the distinctions we experience in our physical world between sentient beings. But beyond this, there is no difference between your highest good and the highest good of everything. But if you remain stuck in negative beliefs, negative mindsets, negative patterns of behavior, believing that you are not worthy, that you are not good enough, that you don't deserve your highest self and your highest life, you are stagnating the energy that could work through you. You are not allowing the universe to work through you. It is when you connect to the universe, when you connect to your own self-love, when you start to love yourself as a smaller part of this greater whole, that all of this magic can work through you. And it is through your journey to become your highest self that you are at the same time allowing the universe to work its magic through you and out into the world. There is no distinction between your highest self and the highest, most beautiful energy in this world, because you are this world, you are this universe, you are an expression of it. So when you connect fully, when you embrace it fully, and when you work on yourself to become the highest version of yourself, you are simply embodying what you have always been, your fundamental nature as a component of this universe. The universe wants to work through you. The universe wants to work its love and its magic and its healing through you. You are a conduit of this energy, and so the more that you elevate yourself into a better conduit, a more able, capable, healthy conduit that is full of vitality and light and love, the more that you are allowing the universe to work through you to bring blessings and abundance and love to other people. People will always stay comfortable if there is no incentive for change. This is why people stay in negative states of being, negative patterns of behavior, negative patterns of thought, and stay in an unfulfilled, diminished version of themselves within this world. That is where you get behavior that hurts other people, that takes from other people, that is truly selfish. People will always stay comfortable if it is the easiest thing for them to do. They need an incentive for change before they change. What you are doing by being your highest self, by choosing your highest self, is you are incentivizing this change. But this will not always be easy. Disrupting systems, disrupting patterns of behavior will not always be easy. You have to rock the boat. You have to make people uncomfortable. You have to make systems uncomfortable if you are going to bring about change. This is why it can be scary. This is the difficult part. People do not react well when the system, the patterns that they have been comfortable in are suddenly disrupted. They will look to you and they will think that you are the problem. You're not the problem, you are the catalyst for change. But because they have been so comfortable in these patterns, in these narratives, in this life, their first response is going to be to blame you. You, in their world, are going to look like the problem. Let's use an analogy to really visualize this. Imagine there is a beehive, right? And there's a system of bees working in that beehive. Let's say that for generations and generations, these bees have been going to a certain type of flower to make their honey. The honey isn't great, but it's honey and it works enough to keep the generations sustained. One bee finds a better flower. One bee starts going to this better flower rather than the old flower, and all the other bees in the system say, what are you doing? You're disrupting the system. You're being so selfish. How could you choose your interest in that flower over the system, over the flowers we've always been going to? They will blame the bee that goes to the better flower rather than thinking, maybe we could try this new flower and see if it actually might make some better honey. Because that bee is now going to the better flower rather than the old traditional flowers, let's say the honey that the system makes starts to degrade because there is not enough workforce to keep making that honey. All the bees in the system are going to look at that bee who went to the better flower and say, because of you, our honey isn't working anymore. We're not comfortable anymore. We can't guarantee that we're going to get this subpar quality honey anymore. To those bees, that's the only honey they've ever known. So what that new bee that is going to the new flower is doing is destroying the system that they are comfortable in, that they believe is the best they can have. They are not even ready yet to consider that the new flower might just make better honey and make them all happier and more fulfilled and have better lives. This is what happens in systems, in societal systems, in family systems, social circles, anything you can name. This is what happens when one person chooses their highest good, their highest self, in a system that is so comfortable, living in a lower state of being, a lower vibration, a lower lifestyle. However, change is so possible. Anything is possible in this world, but this is based on one principle, and that is, if you want something new, you have to do something new. If you remain as a component of the old system, you will have the same predictable outcome. If you change, if you choose yourself first, you become a catalyst for change within the system by disrupting the system. You will be genuinely shocked by the change that is possible in the people around you when you choose yourself, when you choose your highest self and your highest good. People are capable of anything. People are so capable, and you have to give them this trust and faith, even if they don't believe it themselves, because you know that possibility is infinite within this world. And it will not happen right away. You will get these negative responses when you disrupt a system that is comfortable, but you will eventually find that when you consistently choose yourself, the people in your life that were not treating you right, that were not living in their highest good, that were not living as their highest selves, will change in ways you never would have imagined. People are so capable of change, but they need a catalyst for change. They need an incentive for change, and that can be you. Now, there is a second component to bringing about this change for people's highest good by choosing yourself, and that is love and empathy. People need a safe environment to step into if they're going to change what their environment has been. They need to know that there is love and safety and empathy on the other side. Without these things, people retreat further into themselves. They retreat further into their old patterns and their old state of being, because this is predictable and safe, and this is all they know. However, love and empathy have an immense power to shift, change, and heal things for the better. This is why when you choose yourself, when you choose your highest good, you must always do so with love and with empathy. This is, anyways, a part of being your highest self, of your highest good. It serves you the most to act out of love and empathy always. So in doing anything that chooses your highest self and your highest good, always, always, always lead with empathy, lead with love. What this does is eventually over time, people will look at you, they will look at your choices, look at your behavior, and they will not just see somebody who selfishly chose themselves. They will see somebody who chose themselves with love, who always left the door open for somebody to join them in this higher state when they're ready to. This is the power of unconditional love. This is the power of empathy. This is the power of lack of judgment, which comes into love and empathy too. You must act with these values and these qualities if you are to truly reach a higher version of yourself and truly open the door for the people around you to do the same. What this is too is the highest version of love. Real love wants to see people become their highest selves, their best self. This does not mean letting them stay comfortable in states, in places, in patterns that have actually been hurting them, that have actually been holding them back. Real love does not give up on the ideal of somebody becoming their highest self and living their highest life. Real love wants to see other people grow and succeed. This is why by choosing yourself, you are actually loving people to the fullest. It is the purest love that you can give them. If you enable them to stay in negative and harmful patterns of behaviors and ways of being, that would not be true love, because you are abandoning their potential to become a better version of themselves. It's not your job to walk them step by step through their journey, but it is your job to model this kind of higher state of being, this better state of being, and show them, you are welcome to join me in this place. You are welcome whenever you are ready, and I will love you regardless. This is the highest form of love. If you allow other people to treat you poorly, you do not love them. That is enabling abusive or poor behavior towards you. And that is not love. That is not helping them to grow. That is enabling them to stay in a diminished version of themselves. Real love holds people accountable to their best self, to their highest self, to their truest state of being. And it is not easy. It can be uncomfortable at times, but it is also beautiful. And when you do this, you really open the door to other people joining you in this higher vibration, this higher state. And that is the power of love. That is the real power of love. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Subscribe for more content on self-love, self-growth, and self-development, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!